Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. This is a catch-up video. It's probably going to be 5 minutes at the most, maybe 10. I'm going to try and keep it down to 5. Like I say, just a quick catch-up to show you what I've been up to. So I'm not ready to put out a full-length video at the moment. But I just thought you'd be interested to see what's been going on in the workshop. So I'll come and stand behind the camera and I'll give you a bit of a pan round, and then we'll maybe go on a bit of a handheld adventure. Just catch you up with everything, let you know, what the plans are for the immediate future, and we'll go from there. Right, excuse me while I squeeze between the camera and all the stuff that's in here. So let's have a bit of a look around. So on the bench at the moment, you can see a 3-speeder. Not just any 3-speeder, it's my 3-speeder out of my D7. And, yeah, I know, working on my own stuff. What a weirdo. Anyway, I got fed up with it. I put a new gearbox in it a little while ago. Was it last year? I can't remember. Put a new gearbox in it because it was jumping out a second, as they sometimes do. So I bought a complete gear change set, put that in. After I did that, I was getting a really niggling gear selection issue where the gears would go in, but every now and again they just wouldn't quite, you'd get a false neutral. It was one of those things where I just put the engine back together and I didn't want to pull it straight back down again. So I kind of left it. But it's just too annoying to live with. So I've had it apart, and this has been one of those things I've been trying to clear some space and trying to clear some time to do, and I've finally got around to it. Had it apart, and I've gone through all the bits and pieces that I've got, gearbox bits, and just really selected, do you like that, gears? The best bits that I thought would make it, would improve it, and the problem lay, English, with the selector shaft. And the one that I had in there was slightly shorter. I think it was a D10 gear selector shaft, and it was slightly shorter, and I wasn't quite getting the backlash. Well, I was getting too much backlash, basically. So I've gone through all the bits. I found the best fitting parts that I can find, and I think I've cracked it this time. So hopefully we've now got a gearbox that selects positively. It certainly does on the bench, but it's a different kettle of fish when you've got a chain attached and you're rolling sometimes. It selects positively on the bench, and we know that it doesn't jump out a second anymore because we changed the blade shaft and all the bits and pieces that went with it. So that's where I'm up to with that. I've just got to put the top end back on. I have ordered a new carburetor for it because, again, that monoblock that's been fitted to it is just an absolute pain. It's completely worn out. I did put a new slide in it, but it was still dragging too much air. Trying to get the mixture out on that thing has just been, it's never run right, basically. So I've ordered a concentric, and to coin one of Tweedy's phrases, Norman the fin counter won't be happy. We're putting a concentric on a D7, which means that we'll be putting an air lever on the handlebars to operate the manual air slide. But that's the way I'm going with it. I'm going to put a concentric on, mess around with that. Brand new carburetor, so you'll see that when it comes. And yeah, hopefully get this thing running the way I want it to run, which is I want this bike to be a jump on and ride it kind of bike, so that I can actually get some miles on it and start using it properly, which I've never really done since I've had it. So that's where we are with that. Let me just move you a bit. I'm going to drop you down like this, and I'm going to swivel you around like this. So there's the D7, engine out, side panel out, and yeah, getting there, almost ready to go back together, and hopefully it will be much improved. I'm sure it will. Right, let's have a look at Peter's bike, because I've done a bit more on that. Oh, I think we'll go handheld for that. Right, Peter's bike then. Looking definitely more motorcycle-y than it did, I think, the last time you saw it. I mean, I did put that little poster. Those of you that saw the post will have seen it in this condition. So we've got the engine back in the frame, and largely that was driven by the fact that I needed the bench and the engine stand for my bike. Got the carburettor and the carburettor, the air filter hose rather, clamped in place. So that's looking rather splendid to have those two old friends reunited. Then up here we've got mysterious Duke-on switch fitted. Sorry about the glare. The light panel at this end of the workshop is still out. Not had the chance to go to Screwfix and pick up another one. I fitted the kill button, the new ignition system, and we've got the air lever for the concentric, which my D7 will have one of these on fitted very soon. And in true British motorcycle style, how do these things work? Well, when the cable is taut, i.e. when the cable's got tension on it, the choke is off. So the normal running condition is for the cable to have tension on it. When you release the tension on the cable, the choke is on. So cold start condition, slack cable, normal running, tight cable. Well, there you go. Eh? Bit different to a lot of the more modern bikes. And there's a few wires emerging into the headlamp now on the switches and bits and pieces that I've been fitting. So certainly we've made some progress. Now down here on the floor there is something underneath a towel, and I'm not going to tell you what that is, but it will be featured on an up-and-coming video. I don't know when. That mythical period called When I've Got Time. Remember that? Yeah, so there's a story behind that thing that's under there, and the story is that Tweedy and I, that's Tweed's Garage, for those of you who are not subscribed to his channel, go along and have a look. Tweedy and I went on a road trip down to Kent, and we picked up a couple of identical things. I've got one and he's got one, and we're going to do something as a bit of a collaboration. We're going to do something together with our respective things. So that'll be something to look out for. I won't tell you any more about it. The road trip was not without incident. I think I told you in my last video that my gearbox in my car started playing up, and I've got a Skoda Superb estate car, and that's a VAG, a Volkswagen Group car, and it has the 7-speed DSG automatic transmission fitted to it. And yeah, that car is now at the South of England's premier automatic transmission specialists, and it's completely goosed, unfortunately. It needs a reconditioned gearbox fitted to it, and some electronic gizmo as well. Usual story, electronics, inherently unreliable and prone to failure. But yeah, the gearbox has got too numerous faults to make it an economical repair, so it needs a new one. And yeah, that started playing up on our road trip down to Kent, and I'm very glad that I had Tweedy with me, because between us we were able to nurse it back home. He's got one of those magic boxes that you plug into modern cars that reads the faults and clears them. And yeah, he was able to get me home by plugging in his box, telling it that it had nothing wrong with it. And yeah, we managed to convince it that it had nothing wrong with it until I was almost home. And then it decided that it was knackered again and started playing up. But by then I was close enough to home to get home. So there we go. I'll be speaking to the warranty company on Monday. It's under warranty. So if you remember that song that was in the charts a good few years ago, wiggle, 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 wiggle. That's what I expect. But we'll have the conversation and see where we get to. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching and listening to me waffle. No changes there. I just thought I'd give you a bit of a heads up, show you what was going on, and I'll see you soon. Mind how you go. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really does help out, and yeah, it makes a huge, huge difference. YouTube decide that we're worth bothering with, and yeah, it's all good stuff. So please do that. And to those of you who subscribe to my channel, thank you very much indeed, and thanks to all of you for watching. So I will see you very soon. Bye for now.